Hello everyone, welcome to another live sculpting a bubblegum monster. I just want to do another sound check like I usually do, just to make sure that everyone can hear me okay. So yeah, if you can, give me a yes. If not, I'll fiddle around with some stuff and hope I can get it to work. Hello everyone and welcome to making another bubblegum monster. Excuse the fact that I'm probably going to start sweating because it's really hot outside, but I closed the window because there's loads of noise outside, people having fun. Not that I'm not going to have fun, I love chatting with you guys, but I've had to close the window because of the noise. I've got lights as well, so it's really hot and stuffy in here. But how is everyone? How was everyone's weekend? I hope you had a really good one. Let me just see if I can find the chat window. So I've got two monitors here and I still haven't got enough room for all of the stuff because I've got reference for the making of the IndoRaptor, which is what we're making today by the way, and I've got the chat and I've got my software and I just don't have enough room. Hello everyone, just have a quick few shout outs. So Brianna, Fun and DIYs, I guess that's DIYs not dies, which would be a bit weird. Hello, oh there's loads of people. Joe Cat, Randy Rhodes, Clayton, the vlogger, the real granny, I love you, thank you, I love you, the real granny too. Pandana Fovis, I don't know if I'm saying that right at all. As everyone knows, I'm terrible with names. I think I got a C in English for my exam, so I was terrible at it. So hello everyone, glad you can all join me, especially if it's really sunny where you are. I really appreciate you stopping by. So today we are making the IndoRaptor from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which is I actually only saw the other day, and I actually really enjoyed it. Jacob Blalock 300. Also, I'm going to the beach this window. Good for you. I think that's the best thing to do, especially in this weather. Are you in the UK or the US or whereabouts are you? Jurassic World. I want to see Jurassic World. That sounds like an even better movie. Says a soft topic. So yeah, so we're making the IndoRaptor. Word of warning, it's one of those ones that's quite realistic, not like the last one which we did, which was Baldy Basics, who funny enough is very basic. IndoRaptor is quite complex, so we probably won't get to make, because we're going to do this for an hour, so at 7 o'clock I finish, wherever we've got to at that point. But we do a winner of the bubblegum monster before we finish, and the winner will get a screen grab, not screen grab, but an actual render of the IndoRaptor with it will be signed an electronic email. Basically, will be sent so you can print it up and do what you wish with it, and also you get to have your name on the banner on the YouTube panel. Look, I can't speak. I was going to say I can't speak today. I can never speak. You get to get your name on the YouTube banner. So last week it was Celeste. I've just changed it today. I'm going to be changing it every Monday. So today's winner is Cashban. We've got a bit of a backlog because we had a few weeks where we didn't update stuff properly. So I'm going through the backlog. So this was Rockstar Freddy, which Cashpan won when we were sculpting it. So there you go. You can see on the right hand side he now has his name there for the next week, which will then be another winner. Like I say, it's a bit of a backlog, so it won't be this week's one. It's a bit confusing, but at some point your name will appear on that screen, as well as I say an electronic poster. Other thing just to quickly say before I start is we had the gallery on Friday. I have to apologise for that because I accidentally forgot to post up the votes on the community page where you can vote for your winner of those 5 that were featured in the gallery on Friday. So that's now up there. So if you want to vote on that, get there on the community to vote for your favourite from the gallery. Last week's winner is up there now, and I'm going to apologise. I think it's Springlock Studios, I think, won. I have to apologise if it's not, because I can't remember who actually won it. But there you go. Oh no, or was it Will? Oh, I can't remember. Sorry, there's so many names that go through my head. But there you go. You get your poster, even if I can't remember your name, up in the background there. If anyone knows who won, Please tell me now so I don't feel like a complete fool. And that's it. That's it for now. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to go straight in now and start making the IndoRaptor. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with ZBrush or ZBrush. Let me switch over to that. So there you go, still see me in the corner. And the software, let me hide. Sorry, that's it. Right, okay, let me get my Wacom tablet thing and start sculpting. So I'm also going to go quite quiet just because I can't multitask. Rebecca can. Rebecca as well also is the moderator today, so well, in fact she is every time, and she's very strict, so no caps, which basically comes across as shouting, no swearing, just no profanity, just be nice to each other, have a chat, because that's what I think this is all about really. This is kind of I always see this as like a campfire kind of thing, you know, you're watching something, which in this case is a model, and chatting. And everyone can get together, chat about films, which I saw you guys were just chatting about Jurassic World, which is all cool, and things like that, while I just sculpt this. But I will not really be talking very much because I just can't, like I say, multitask very well at all. Now, also, there isn't much that I could find on the IndoRaptor in terms of like actual really good reference. There's a few sort of stills from the movie and things, but to get some really good ones. So I'm going to start off basing it on a raptor, because obviously that's what it's kind of from. And then it's got bigger head and bigger, longer arms and things like that. And then I'm going to start sort of building the detail, but we'll see how far we get. Sorry, just having a sip of my tea. Also, the screen might go a little bit darker in a second because I'm going to just be using a piece of software. Actually, no, I won't use that. So that's something I do is waffle a lot. Yeah, I won't. I was going to do where basically a bit of software, the ZBrush can go see through. You can see through it and sculpt like a bit of tracing paper. But for a technical reason, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go straight in, and I'm going to use something which I've used before, not so much, but it's called Z-Spheres, which basically allows you to make like a mannequin kind of thing for the like in the traditional way. You used to make stuff out of clay, so you'd then use a sort of a wire frame for it, and then you'd build the clay onto the wire frame. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm just going to then draw out another sphere here. So this is going to be, I always start, I don't know why, I always start with the head. I don't know if most artists do or not, if it's just kind of me, but there's something I just like to start there and work my way down around. So this is going to be the head. Now ignore the fact that it looks like a load of spheres at the moment, because it is a load of spheres, but this is, like I say, just the basic frame. It's not the sort of main shape, it's just something that I can then build upon, like a foundation of a house. You're just starting with something very simple and you're building upon it. So this is kind of going to be his nose, and then the rest of it, this is going to be the main part of his head here, like that. And also what I'll do is I'll stop ever so often just to make sure that everyone's still there. There's no big disaster happened, because I know sometimes the internet goes down and I lose chat, so it could be I'm chatting away to myself. I could be doing that right now, I don't even know. So this is now, I'm going to work my way down. So also, yeah, imagine you're looking from a sort of side point of view, if anyone's a bit lost on what I'm actually doing here. So this will be his neck here. They're kind of like ostriches really, aren't they? In fact, I wonder if, like, because obviously they reckon that birds came from dinosaurs, I wonder if like ostriches are raptors, like modern day raptors, because they are really quite similar in size, although apparently the raptors in Jurassic Park weren't that size, were they? The real raptors were a lot smaller. I know there's a lot of dinosaur experts on our subscriber list as well, so if anyone can verify that or say no, you're talking rubbish, then that'd be good to know. Yeah, so that's going to be his neck. So I'm just eyeballing everything, and I'm just sort of kind of looking at the reference I've got of, at the moment, a raptor, not the IndoRaptor, but like I say, they're quite similar, and I'm just using that to give me a kind of benchmark of where I need to go with all of this. Let me just move that a little bit, I think. I just want to straighten it all up a bit. I think it was all a bit squiffy. Okay, let's move that one. So this is going to be his body. I'm just getting the length kind of right, and then what I'll do is I'll start filling in where his rib cage is and bits and pieces like that. So he needs another sort of shape here to fill out. This will be kind of where his rib cage is. So scale that up, because obviously if I didn't, he'd be a really skinny IndoRaptor. Incidentally, I've also made a T-Rex in the past as well, which was, well, it's up there, 3D printed version of it, which I can show you guys later when I've got through the main bulk of this. So this kind of one which I'm making here, this is going to be kind of where his, it'll be where his legs start, roughly about there, and this is kind of where his tail starts, so you can kind of start getting an idea. I think his head's going to have to be a lot bigger, because again, this is based on the Raptor, but the IndoRaptor is a lot bigger with its head and everything, so we'll just make that a little bit bigger there. Start working that out. Okay, so now let's do the tail. It's still all a bit squiff. I think it's because when I started I didn't have it on symmetry, so it's all a little bit wonky, but that should be alright. Let's draw out its tail, which is quite long. I guess about, maybe not quite long, but about that long sort of thing. And then obviously it goes a bit thinner to the tip. And then we'll have another one here. Yeah, that feels about right, I reckon. And now I'm going to start bulking out his legs. So this will be his legs, kind of like that. And as you can see, it's doing both sides because symmetry is on, which is always handy. That's one good thing about computers, because back in the old days you didn't have computers and you have to do one side and then the other side, which was always a pain. Give him a bit of sort of muscle definition there in the middle of his leg, so it just sort of bulges out a little bit. And then obviously the leg goes back on itself a little bit, like that. Let's actually make that a little bit smaller, like that, and then make another one there and scale that up a bit, like so. And then we've got the next part of the leg, which comes down like, kind of sits underneath where the knee is there, sits just under there, because it's all about, that's another thing about when you're sort of just making the main sort of pose and the shape. The other thing you should think about is the balance of the character, because that obviously is quite important for when the character needs to look like it's going to be able to stand up. It should be always balanced. So that's why the feet need to be directly underneath the main mass of the body. Okay, so his feet and hands and things like that are usually just rough in with just some sort of stick-like things, and then just add the details in at a later date. So this will be one toe there. Just add another bit of detail just to thin that out a little bit, like so. That's one. I'm just trying to think if they've got 3 or 4 claws. I think they've got 3 at the front, and then they've got like a 4th one on the back. 4 toes. Let's get that one down a bit. Move that one out. And so, like I say, I'm probably not going to finish this today. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to finish it today. But what I then do is I then spend the next few sort of days just tinkering with it and making it look complete. So next time you will see a completed version. In fact, I might do it next Monday. I might show you the completed version of it. Draw another 2. Now this one is the one where he sort of taps his foot a lot, which I read apparently the director wanted him to have some sort of like nervous twitch, like as if because he's been imprisoned. I mean, I don't want to give anything away from if you haven't seen the film, but in fact he's been in a cage, which obviously most of the dinosaurs get put in cages and things like that. So he's got this like nervous twitch, but the actual original film, the raptors did that anyway. So I think the way the director's sort of making out it was his idea. It was like, no, they did that in the original film. I think he's trying to take credit for something he didn't do. Still a good film though. I did enjoy it. It's kind of like a mix between the original Jurassic World and like a horror film. Right, so I know that looks really odd at the moment, but I'm going to leave that like that just to sort of show that's where the big claw goes. Right now, so this is going to be his hands now that I'm going to be making. And these are going to start about here, I think. Let's put that in there. Let's draw one out. Yeah, something like that. Oh, don't know what happened there. Don't keep doing that. What I'm doing. There we go. But he's got a lot bigger arms and stronger arms than the normal raptor. I'll just scale up his neck a bit here as well, because he's obviously got quite a thick neck. Scale that up. Move that. Okay, let's draw out his arms. Now I think, like I said, I haven't got a great reference for his arms. Oh, sorry, for just him as a whole. I've got a really good close-up of his face, and I've got like a sort of angled version of him from the film, but nothing that's really like that. Sort of a really good side view. But it looks like his legs and his arms are like a similar sort of length. So let me just move these to kind of almost the same length as his knees. Kind of like that, I guess. And then draw out the forearms. Now I've got his head way too small. But this is the good thing, is I always say this, don't be too precious about trying to get things right on the first try. If you go around drawing everything and trying to get it absolutely perfect, or sculpting everything, so starting with the head and going, yeah, I've got to make that absolutely perfect for the right shape and make it look exactly like it should, you'll end up kind of chasing your tail a bit. Especially with computers where you don't need to get everything right straight away. You can go back and forth and just change things. So it's always best to just kind of just rough things in, and then there's no reason why you can't go back at a later date and just start scaling bits up and changing them afterwards. Like this will go through so many different changes. So yeah, just don't be afraid to completely change something. Okay, so now so he's got these really evil looking, almost like alien-like fingers. Looks like he's got 4 fingers, I think, if I'm correct. Looks like that, so let's put 4 in there, just put 4 little circles in, ready for where his fingers will be. Looks quite cute at the moment. Looks like a robot version. In fact, that'll probably be the next thing, when they'll have like robot dinosaurs or something. So I don't know where they're going to go with the next one. Again, I'm not going to give anything away, but it's sort of left quite open-ended. You know, I don't know what they're going to do with all that. I'm not sure if that's quite a small finger. I really need to get some sort of close-ups of all of his different sort of parts of his anatomy to really get an idea of what's going on. We'll leave it quite small, we'll leave it like that. And just, there you go, it's kind of like, that'll do. And then I think it's this one here that is quite big. That's the one he uses for tearing all of his victims apart and tapping little girls on the shoulder. Like that. So this one, yeah, it's quite big. Oh, not that big. Move that down a bit. Alright, this one, which is also quite a big, long finger. Kind of move it down to there. Another tip that I try to tell everyone all the time is look at everything from different views as much as you can, not just from, like, it's quite easy to get set in one way of just sort of like sculpting from, like, say this view here and just going, oh yeah, that looks completely right. But of course it's three-dimensional, so you can suddenly go to this view and go, oh no, the fingers are all like squiff or completely flat, haven't got any sort of bends in the knuckles. So yeah, it's always worth just keep exploring all the angles as you're going. And this one's a little bit shorter again. Take that, I think. In fact, I might even sort of dip down like that bit. It's kind of a creepy bent finger. It's always good to have bent fingers to make them creepy. There we go. Okay, so believe it or not, that's kind of the main sort of bulk of the shape done. Let's just scale that a little bit more, a little bit more there. Move that along a bit more, because actually I think his tail is a little bit longer than the normal raptors as well. And then most importantly is to save, because in fact I had a crash the other day on the live stream and it crashed out, and luckily I just saved it. But normally I find that I've been doing loads of work because I get right into it and then totally forget to save and then lose about an hour and a half's worth of work. In fact, ZBrush is quite good in that it does save your work every sort of 20 minutes or so you never lose massive amounts of work, but still. Okay, let me have a look at comments. Take a break, where's my comments? Okay, so is everyone still there? How you became, you know, says Corey Chang. Alright, I can't show my other languages. So where can I send references? Okay, that's good. It's good. So, look, everyone's been chatting to themselves. So, oh, actually, let me go over to the big screen so I'm not a tiny little dot in the corner there. Hey, Kelby. I met Kelby the other day, actually, in Brighton. So, Kelby is one of my friends that I used to work with when I used to work in the games industry. His daughter's boyfriend. I think I've definitely got that right, Kelby. If I haven't, sorry, but I'm pretty sure I have. And yeah, he's an awesome guy. In fact, you have to post up, Kelby, your Instagram link, because Kelby does little short films as well, and he's showed me some bits and pieces. So check that out as well. Right, so everyone's still with me. That's all cool. So I'm gonna just carry on. It's really hot in here though. So if I faint, you know why. Let's get going again. Get back to my Z brushing. Right. Okay, where were we? So I've got this sort of kind of frame for the dinosaur, and so what you have to do now is this little thing where it basically wraps a skin around it, or at least it should if it doesn't crash. There you go, see? So it kind of makes this weird kind of skinned version of it, which I have to say doesn't look very good at the moment, but it's somewhere to start, so that's what we're going to go with. So we go, yep, make adaptive skin. And so this is where the fun sort of starts, is you can now start going in and really sculpting in the details of the dinosaur or whatever you're creating. So let me go back to my raptor one because I want to just check something. So I think his body's kind of right, but I think I'm just going to stretch it out just a little. It's actually a really high detail model at the moment, I can tell. Let me just make that a little bit more simpler. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I think that's quite detailed at the moment, so I want to make that quite a low poly version of it. So it's a bit easier. Basically, the more detail you have in it to start with, the harder it is to sort of manipulate larger areas. So you have to keep moving tiny bits. Whereas if you make it really low, really low mesh, you can move larger parts around quicker. So there we go. That would do. Let's now move this part of the body. Because just this in between bit here is just, I don't think it's quite sort of the gap between his arms and is quite enough. I'm just going to move that back a bit like that. And obviously he's still way too skinny. He's been on a diet. He hasn't eaten anyone for a while. So here we've got this toy. It's quite cool. You can just, it is literally like adding clay. It's really cool. You can just sort of brush on there and it will start bulking it out like so, which is really quite cool and fun to do, and not messy like real clay, so you don't actually have to clear anything up. But let's create his ribs, make them a little bit more obvious. So the thing as well with characters, creatures or humans, the anatomy for creatures is actually quite similar to humans, other than some creatures got 4 legs and 4 arms. Have yeah, like 4 legs, or I'm just trying to think. Like giraffes are probably quite strange, but they're similar as well, but they've just got longer necks, so I'd say more bones in their spine. But everything is pretty much the same in terms of the structure of the skeleton. So what I was going to say is try and think about where, if it was a person sort of crouched over like this, where would their rib cage be? So their rib cage would be sort of kind of under here, like that, and then that's where their belly is, right? Around like that. So you just start bulking that sort of stuff in, and you'll find that it will actually start to look kind of correct if you know where kind of your skeleton, how your skeleton works. I mean, there are differences with animals, but like obviously the legs as well, and these are basically the ankles on an animal like a dog or a raptor. But yeah, it really does help to know the anatomy. You don't have to know the anatomy of every animal, but if you know the human anatomy, you can sort of work off of that. I don't claim to be an expert by any means, but it definitely helps just knowing a few basics. So I've kind of got this sort of part on their undercarriage here, which is just a little bit sort of thicker, isn't it, on that part there. Yeah, something like that. And then I suspect it's a little bit thinner, the tail. And then again, similar to humans, they've all got the same sort of muscle groups. You want to sort of start bulking out the shoulder muscles. And then the biceps are kind of down here a bit. Especially with this one, he's like got these. He's almost got human arms. I think that's what makes him look so alien-like. And like I said, I'm not sure exactly what's going on with his hands because I haven't got any good reference. I'm going to have to try and see if I can find anything. I don't think, maybe because the film's still out, they haven't released any of the sort of concept art or anything, but I couldn't really find much on it at all. Now this is a good brush. It's called the Inflate brush, which is here. And what you can do here is you can just start sort of literally like a balloon, sort of inflating things. So obviously the fingers where it skinned them, it made them a little bit too skinny. So I'm just going in and bulking this stuff out now a little bit. And then maybe just moving the, making a bit more of a sort of claw shape for his fingers here. So just bringing them around a bit, like that. I think this would be quite cool as a 3D print. The problem I had with the T-Rex when I did that was because it's so long and it's longer than it is high, the 3D print came out quite small. So what would be cool would be to do like a really big one, or like print it in parts or something, and then that way you'd obviously get a really nice sort of like large scale model and it would retain a lot more detail then. Okay, so I'm just going to leave the hands like that for now. I know it doesn't look great, but it just gives me an idea of kind of where I'm going with it. I might... no, I think I'll leave it. I was going to say I might curve the hands down a bit more, but I think I'll just leave it for now. And just like that kind of thing. Right, let's go to the head, because that's kind of an important part that really differentiates, that's not a word. I'm not even going to try and say it now, but it makes it's really different to the normal raptor. He's kind of got more of a, well, I guess I was going to say a T-Rex kind of shape, but of course that would be from the Dominus Rex, is where he's got that kind of trait from. So let's try. He's got this big. In fact, that is definitely from the T-Rex, because the T-Rex had this kind of snout that kind of curved up and then down again like that, and then it had its brow here like that. Probably a bit bigger as well, his head. So it's just do that again. Just scale that up a little bit. Maybe move it down a bit like that. Hang on a sec. Move that part there down. A little bit more like that. Okay. And then let's just start carving in the eyes a little bit. Kind of like that. And then it's got this bit at the back here. And then its mouth is kind of along here. This is a nice brush. It's a lot finer. You can start carving in things like scratches and things like that. It's also good for trying to create the mouth, just to get a sort of nice straight edge. I think we should have his mouth open, because I mean, you know, he wants to eat a lot of people because he's so skinny at the moment. So let's mask this. So what I'm doing here, I know a lot of people know this already because they've been watching my stuff before, but this tool here, I'm just, where it's making it darker, this masks things off. So anything that's now shaded like that won't be affected. Anything that's still light, like the jaw, will be affected. So if I now go to this rotate tool, I should be able to just go, which obviously looks a bit weird at the moment. But once I sort that out, it should be fine. So what I'll do now is just move that in. My phone was just pinging at me. I just want to double check that you guys are still with me, because Rebecca sometimes texts me to say, it's not working. But it is. Well, actually, no one's saying anything anyway. So here we go. This is going to be his mouth. I always think that even when you get to a point where it's quite detailed, if the creature doesn't have any teeth and they're just all gums, it all kind of looks quite comical. So this isn't helping the fact that he's got no gums at the moment. Because also he's got those sort of teeth that kind of, like, he really needs to go to the dentist. They're like all stuck out the side of his face. So there you go. So I'm looking underneath as well, because I'm trying to line up everything so that when he closes his mouth, it will close like the jaw. The bottom jaw matches the top jaw in terms of its shape. Oh. Should I better save it in a minute ago. I'm just going to carve out his mouth a bit. What I'll do is I'll use this. This thing here will basically say in the green box, show this bit and hide everything else outside of the green box. So there you go, everything else has disappeared. It's still there, it's just hidden. But it just means I can now rotate underneath without the rest of his body getting in the way, and just start carving into the top of his mouth here and making it so that he's actually got an inside to his face. I'll do the same to the bottom part. And then if I make it red, it will do an invert. Basically, it will do everything in the red will disappear and everything else will stay, like so. There we go. So now I can do that to the bottom part of the jaw as well. And then start carving down, making a bit more of a hollow mouth, big enough to swallow some people. Okay, so his jaw is wrong at the moment. He's got this kind of sort of thicker jaw there, and then obviously he's got this bit, which I say obviously it's not that obvious, but he's got this, there's a name for it, isn't there? The bit in between the jaw. Crocodiles have it as well, I don't know what it's called. It's kind of a bit of skin, but I don't know what it's called. But anyway, he's got to have that as well, but I might build that in later. I just, like I say, I'm just trying to get the rough kind of shapes in at the moment, nothing too detailed. And I very much doubt there will be anything for this live stream to sort of show off any real details. It will just have to come afterwards. But we're just going to concentrate on getting most of the shape done. Just check this other picture of him. Yeah, I could really do with more reference actually for him, because it just isn't enough. I've only got 3 pictures. But hey, got to work with what you got. So yeah, he's got to look a bit more mean, like that, I think. And maybe bring it out there as well. And he's got this kind of pattern on his head. I haven't probably got enough detail at the moment to work with, but he's got this kind of bit on his brow. It kind of comes down like that, and then goes around like that bit, and then goes down like that kind of thing. Something like that. I think his mouth at the top needs to be a bit longer maybe as well, just like I said, it's very hard to work exactly what he looks like because I've only got a couple bits of reference. They're all from sort of not ideal angles. When you're doing 3D, it's always good to have like a really nice front angle, preferably orthographic. Orthographic means like kind of flat without any perspective. So when you see like designs for cars and things like that, they always have like a front, a side, a top. And it's always good to have that for creatures as well, because you can really get an idea of exactly what the sort of shapes are for the creature. But unfortunately for this, I've only got stuff from like movie stills and things like that, so it's not ideal. But anyway, keep going. Move. Make his neck a bit thicker here. His arms a bit thicker. So like I say, he's almost got like proper sort of Arnie arms, like Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of muscles. And I think his neck goes kind of like that. I'm not sure exactly. He's got this thick, well, he's got a stripe down his neck. I don't know if his neck is longer than that, I'm not sure. It looks longer in one picture, but then in another picture it doesn't look as long, so I'm not sure what I'm dealing with there. Yeah, not sure. I'm going to leave it for now. But he's got this kind of thick line kind of from here, and it goes down and around and sort of meets his shoulder there, I think. Like so. And then he's also got this, well, he's got, I'm not going to be able to do them today, but he's got this almost like, he has almost got like a crocodile kind of shape to the back. He's got these like scales like this kind of thing on his back. I can't do without more detail and more time, but they look really cool. And then he's got these little type thing, like ridge things come off of here as well, come down like that off the top of his head and kind of go down like that, I think. But again, need more time. And I think they kind of join and go round here kind of thing. Bat legs will definitely need some work because we haven't even started them yet. We'll just rough something in. I feel sorry for his little toes at the back here, little stumpy toes. So I'm not going to have time, like I say, to do all of this, but what I might just quickly do is just show you kind of roughly what I would do to make a claw. So what I would do is just mask off an area like that, and then you can literally just move and shape things. So you'd start to sort of move this shape out. But as you can see, it goes a bit jaggedy, and that's because these are polygons, these are all little shapes, and there's not enough there. So what you have to do is this thing called Dynamesh in ZBrush, which basically creates more volume and more sort of detail to it. I have to inflate that a little bit, but you can then just start sort of adding more to the claws and more detail like that. So there you go. So you can kind of see where I'm going with that now. You're kind of getting the claws to come out, but it does need more detail than that. I can't really work with that without going in and spending some time to sort of add the creases for his toe. But anyway, we're at 6:45 already. I can't believe it. That's gone so quick. Let's just add just suggest where his eyes are. So his eyes he's got these beady little eyes kind of there. something like that. Yeah, that's kind of right. Well, for a very quick, rough outline, I think it's going alright. I think it's going in the right direction. So we should be able to get something quite accurate to what the final movie version was. But I never spend too much time on these because they are just for fun, and they are meant to be made of bubblegum. So I try not to go into too much detail. But I'm kind of in this dilemma now where I'm 3D printing them as well, and the ones with more detail will come out so much better. So it's almost like I really want to see what they look like 3D printed. He's basically like a raptor with a T-Rex head, isn't he? Okay, so I'm going to just pause, just check all you guys are there. First of all, like I said before, make sure you save because you don't want to lose your work. So save that. And then let's go back to see what you guys are up to. Or if you've all left. Let me switch over as well. Sorry, I'm going to switch over so you can see me properly. Not that you probably want to, but anyway. Right, what we've got? We've got Rebecca talking to everyone. My hand hurts from holding my pop socket too long, but I will fight the pain for the live, says Brianna. What's a pop socket? I don't even know what a pop socket is. Peter, if you curve the towel around, it might print better. Yeah, it could do. I don't think it'd be alright. I think it'd be alright for a print. Randomness, says Celeste. Talking about randomness, so next week... Oh, cheers, Josh. If you sent references for the IndoRaptor. Yeah, in fact, guys, if you have got any really good reference, I'd love to see it because then I can use it to add all the details. Next week will be slightly different in that we did this a while ago and it went really badly in that we're playing a game live, which was Minecraft, and I didn't know how to play it. So it was pretty much an hour of me just randomly pressing things and trying to entertain people in some way. Thanks, Joe Cat. That's really kind of you. So the next Monday's one will be it won't be Minecraft. I'm going to put up a vote and I want you guys to pick a game that doesn't involve anything of a steep learning curve. So no Minecraft, no Roblox, nothing like that. A game that everyone thinks would be funny to see me and someone else that who's coming along to play as well. So there's like a special guest, okay? And we'll be doing that next Monday. So I will put up a vote for that. But in the meantime, so we're here with where we are at the moment with the IndoRaptor. Let me just go back to it so you can see if anyone's just on. Here he is so far. He's not finished. There he is in all his glory at the moment. Obviously, yeah, lots of work to be done, but that will become a bubblegum monster. And if you want to be the winner of this bubblegum monster, in that you'll get a digital copy, a digital print of him, and it'll be signed, and also you will get your name with this character on the front page, on the whatever you call it, the main page of the channel. Then yeah, we're going to do a little competition. And let me go back to me. Oh no, that's not me. Sorry, guys. That's me. So yeah, let's do that. So let me find my chat. My chat's gone. Where's my chat? Hello, chat. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Can you live stream Jurassic World Evolution? Okay, so that's a suggestion, isn't it? I'll tell you what, we'll do that in a minute. Let's get this competition first of all done. So if you want to win IndoRaptor digital print, signed digital print, and your name with the final creature on the front page of the channel, then what you need to do now is, and we've done this every time, answer this correctly. This is Family Fortunes, or in America Family Feuds. Not sure anywhere else what it's called, but the idea is you have a question and you have to pick the top answer. So for example, I don't know, name something you do in front of a mirror, okay? And whatever the top answer is, that out of 100 people I think they're meant to have asked, whatever the top answer is the winner. So as long as you get it first, you win yourself the IndoRaptor. So here we go. Is everyone ready? Brianna Fun and DIYs. Peter, search up pop socket on Google. I will do pop socket. I guess it's an electrical socket or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, tell me guys, are you ready for the question? If you are, then I will ask it. It goes on your phone, Peter. Pop socket. Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. I'll have to look that up. So right, is everyone ready with this? With this question? Because at the moment, no one's answering. I don't know if there's a massive delay. Maybe there is. I don't know what my idea was, Rebecca. What was my idea? Hey Gerald, how are you doing? I'm never ready, says Celeste. That is... Well, actually you won. Yours was... You won on the last one, actually. That was on there last week. Oh, Bracket Man. Yeah. There. That's what you're talking about, isn't it? So, this shelf, this is meant to be like those floating shelf things, is rubbish in that you get these two pole things, and I put it up and it was just really wobbly. So I was like, well, that's useless. So I thought I'll get a bracket. And I put it on there and I thought, well, no one's going to notice that. It's white, it kind of blends in. And I don't think anyone did notice it. But apparently, Rebecca said that Derek, it was really bothering Derek. And Derek is Scottish Geeks. Or Scottish Geek, sorry. Scottish Geek Plays. And so I just thought, well, I'll put Derek on there and see if he notices it. And obviously he has, so there you go. Okay, so are we ready with this? So Celeste isn't ready. Thank you, Corey. Yeah, there's more coming of the FNAF stuff, but we're not going to talk about that today. So, today is, let's see who gets this right. We've got a question for the Family Fortunes, and if you get it right, you win yourself a Bubblegum Monster. Brianna's ready. Okay. So, the question is, apart from a bed, name somewhere you might use a blanket. So apart from a bed, name... Oh, Kelby's ready. Apart from a bed, name somewhere you might use... somewhere you might use a blanket. Yeah, that's it. And remember, the first person to come back with the right answer wins the IndoRaptor. Nothing's come through yet. Josh Straws, yep. Don't think that's an answer. I'm still waiting. Joe Cat says a couch. Now, I'm pretty sure that Joe meant a couch. I'm pretty sure he did. And then Scottish Geeks came in with a couch straight afterwards. On the beach is a good one. There is picnic. But the right answer is a couch. And I'm going to give that to Joe because I think they were typing so fast that they put in an extra T in there as well. So here we go. Just to prove that it is couch. Can you guys see that? Couch. Yeah, you can see that now. It's a bit blurred. Oh, there you go. It's focused now. Couch. So, Joe the cat, you are the winner. You win yourself the Bubblegum Monster IndoRaptor, which will feature on like a. This was last week's one. Or actually, no, this is this week's one. Let me go back. This is what you basically get on the channel. So if you see it says winner, it will have your name and the character in there, but you also get a digital screenshot of it as well sent to you. And yeah, so there you go. So I've got just enough time just to take a couple of questions, and then that's it. We're wrapped up. It's 7 o'clock already. It's gone really quick, but I am absolutely baking as well. So yeah, well done, Joe. That was really quick as well, and you added an extra letter in as well. Master T-Rex. I like that. I like the way you've spelled. It's like T-Rex, but it's not. That's cool. So I'm just trying to think if there's any other new. Oh, I printed up Freddy Krueger as well. Freddy Krueger print. And that was from a while ago now. I think that was back in sort of like November last year or something. So I printed him up. See you, Kelby. Cheers for joining us, mate. And yeah, I'll get back to you on your email. You did send me an email. We'll get back to you. Did I show you guys? No, I showed you Bowser, didn't I? Think. And there you go. So I will be printing up more. Did I show you Batman? His hand's nearly falling off because it didn't. It's so small. But there's Batman. Batman as well. So I am trying to get through all these old Bubblegummonsters that we made. I'm trying to print them all up. But yeah, so there you go. I think that's it. I think that's everything wrapped up quite nicely in just under an hour, which is unusual actually. Oh yes, very good point, Joe. I'm very bad at remembering things. So, Joe, if you can email me at bubblegummonsters@gmail.com and say winner of Bubblegummonsters, and then assume that isn't your real name, as in cat, but maybe it is. But if you can send us your address, email address, sorry, don't need a real address, email address, so I can send you the digital copy and how you want to be called if it's Joe the Cat on the banner. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say today actually. Obviously a big thank you to Rebecca for being a moderator again. She always does an amazing job, and I don't think I thank her enough because she's also doing the Facebook page as well, so she has a lot to do. Scottish Geek plays, Derek is going to play the Forest. Is that scary one? Because I think Kelby, who's now probably gone, was talking about it the other day, and apparently it's quite, these like cannibal people, it's quite scary, and that actually might be a good one to play. So yeah, so before I go, remember I'll put up a vote anyway, but remember to check out the vote on the community page on what game. No, actually that's not going to work, is it? Let's do that now. I'm terrible with this. This is how organised I am. Let's quickly, everyone's talking about different games, so let's say, right, so we've had Jurassic World Evolution as one game. We've got the Forest. It is a wee bit freaky. Oh, that's it, because they were playing it in virtual reality. They were saying it was really like creepy because you're like looking around. So we've got, let's go with this, right, so hang on. Let me put it in my notes. I like to play Little Nightmares. So come on, 5 suggestions. We've got The Forest, we've got Jurassic World Evolution. Anything else? Yeah, Gaming Ninja is quite good. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom notes. So let me just put this down in the notes here. New note. So what we got? We've got Josh Draws. Will there be another chance to get an IndoRaptor? Not the digital. Well, actually, what we could do is sometimes we give them away for prizes for other bits and pieces. So there might be. Depends how well it comes out. So what we've got: Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. No, Evolution. Sorry, Evolution. We've got The Forest. Any other games? What else have we got? Any other suggestions on games? Because if not, I will just go ahead and pick some. I saw the movie so far. I just have to watch a new one. Well, they are. I think the Jurassic Park movies are quite cool. The Demogorgon, yeah, he's a bit skinny. Well, he was skinny, wasn't he? But again, the skinnier characters don't seem to come out as well. You really want to sort of print them up bigger. There he is. Pac-Man. I don't know about Pac-Man. Scottish Geek. So FNAF 6. What's played Raft? Okay, Raft. Got Raft. I'm not playing Pac-Man. FNAF 6. And what else have we got? Job Simulator in VR. Where's Job Simulator? I'm going to have to look these up. Let me just check. Job Simulator. Job Simulator. Well, I have. The only thing is it only in VR? Because if it's only in VR, I have got a VR headset, but I don't have a computer powerful enough to use it for that sort of thing. It's weird because I don't use it for VR. I use it for motion capture, but I have got a VR thing, but I can't play it in VR basically. Pac-Man Championship DX is amazing. Man, it's so fast paced. I don't know if you're just joking, Scottish Geek. Josh Straws. I don't know if the IndoRaptor will be available or not. It really depends on how easy it is to print. Blue was the only raptor who survived in Jurassic World. Yep. So have we got everything? Let's have a look. Have we got everything named now? Games. What was the last one that? I think Scottish Geek suggested another one. Slender the Arrival. Let's have a look. What's that? I'm guessing it's Slender Man, but Slender the Arrival. Yeah, good horror's always good, isn't it? Slender the Arrival. Okay. Interesting. All right then, I'll put that down. So what we got? We've got Jurassic Evolution. We've got the Forest. We've got the Raft. We've got FNAF 6, and we've got Slender the Arrival. And that's it, isn't it, right? So what I'll do is I'll put them up on a post on the community page, and if you guys can vote on which one you want to see me and my special guest play, then we shall play that. But other than that, Cinder. So sorry, I'm missing. You're not joking. Look it up. You really want me to play Pac-Man? Jeez. Pac-Man. What was it called? Pac-Man what? Championship. Is it on the Nintendo? Hang on, let me just check that. Is it on the Nintendo? Is it? Pac-Man Championship DX. It is basically just Pac-Man though, isn't it? Well, maybe we'll do that next time, Derek. Job Simulator is pretty funny, but is that only in VR, Master T-Rex? Or if you want something easygoing, Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion is deceptively cute. It's on Steam. Okay. Is that? I guess that's the. Yeah, that's the Pac-Man you're talking about. But yeah, I don't know about Job Simulator. If it's in stand, it must be. It can't just be VR, right? Okay, well, it's good that we're getting a few. I think we have got 5 here, so we're going to go with these for now, and we'll see then if this goes down well, better than the Minecraft game one that we played. It will be something to do for the future for sure, and get more suggestions. But for now, I think I've said everything I need to say, so I will just. Leave you with hope you have a great week, and I will see you next Monday where we will play one of those games. Until then, bye for now.